All right, go.
I'm rocking with Don Kilam.
Let's go. Where'd you go? Oh, this is dark up in there. Okay. Did you got your list ready? You gotta have a list. So, well, what's on your mind?
There's a situation like how can I enter and get the most tax credits on that's making the smartest move?
Oh, okay. So look, now that question is just for me and you. Hey, that tax credit stuff, that tax credit, well, not really. So look, are you on your computer? Okay. Are you, can you get logged into the school on the computer? Because that'll be easier for me to send you links. I might just send you the Zoom so you can look at the screen share for real, for real. Just you can, if you don't want your voice on there, just mute it. Yeah, okay, I got you. But I'm not a licensed attorney or tax expert. I do this for educational and informational purposes only. But I am going to give them my all because you got that $1 million. You can have all the consultations you need, but I'm gonna give you my best. So that's why I want to record this. I don't always necessarily give everybody the best. They get what they pay for. You think I'm gonna give you $1 million worth of game and you only dropped $1,000? I make sure you get about 20 bands if you put your mind together. I'm just being honest. I'm giving you $1 million worth of game, you dropped $1,000. $1,000, I might times 10 it for you. But I mean, if you're learning business credit, it's endless there. And then the next step would be learn corporations. But we're gonna start small now. It's baby steps because you be trying to take giant leaps. Those are quantum leaps. You can do it. You is part of that generation though. But Don Kalam don't take giant leaps like that. Don Kalam is scary, and he likes to see other people succeed and do the stuff first, and then he jumps in and does it.
And that was very genuine. Because like most people are just like they feel like they got it all. Like, no, we all don't have it all. Like we're all still ready.
Well, shit, because it's since I've came into this game, I was getting like I thought 20,000 was a lot starting off. Hell no. Where I'm at now, $1 million ain't enough. Shit. Cause you know you still poor. I done blew through some millions. I never think I'm rich. People think I'm rich. Like, I never think that. But we take bigger moves and bigger risks now. You know what I mean? But yeah, 20 million is like the new million. Fuck that. Everybody can become a millionaire. But yeah, everything's automated. We're still in the beginning, like we're switching over to a new system, but we're still on that threshold. So it's like I knew took COVID, I knew the getting was good then. I knew to get in and get it. That's when I got my first, I made 3 million there in 2020. So you got that now. I'm about to share the screen whenever you get in there. Because I want you to see the most work, because you asked a specific question. And then we'll get back to the credit shit. Because there's so many ways to skin that cat. Okay, Fiona. I like that. Now, you might want to hit mute on that. Or turn your computer down. Yeah, turn your computer down. So did you get that link? So look, check this out. So I just want you to, if you want to learn more about it, well, but check this out. How much tax credits can you receive I just want you to know it's up to 500,000 per year. See, it used to be 200. Yeah, I just want you to do your own research on it. But now it's 500,000 a year. Uh, and it's just a few forms. In the forms, well, first of all, you got to do this is why your name has to be a business. Let me just go to ChatGPT because ChatGPT will help me explain the forms better. Fuck Google on this one. Are you familiar with this form 941? So this is what's needed first. So it's for employees. You just paint it on your business. So this has to be filled out first. Then all you gotta do is this.
Mhm.
It's in this though. But that's the first one right there. And then no, the other one is that's not it. So boom. That's not what I'm feeling on anyways. So obviously I didn't get the information from ChatGPT. But I like ChatGPT. Well, I got it right from this link that I gave you. But you can type it in Google though too. So look, if you're a corporation claiming credit, you do have to fill this out. But here's the form right here. This is the other form. I'm gonna show you what they look like. Yeah, let me. So just so you can see, that is it. I don't know why it didn't pop up. But these are the tax credits I'm doing right now. This is what I'm doing for everybody. So yeah, I'm one dude. I just did his stuff. He get 87,000 back. So I'm like, that's what's up, just for 1 year. But they go up to 500,000. So if you want to tap into a call, text Private Life to 702-200-4900. Again, text Private Life to 702-200-4900. Prosperity is your divine birthright. All right, so boom. The, I make my name a business. That's what I do first. With anything that I do. So, like I said, when you're coming at the first of all, you're gonna want to freeze your credit reports. So you know my government name, right? So this was one of the first place I did it. So you see it's still there, it's still active, it's still in good standing, right? You see it's still active. I use this shit. I still use this shit to this day. Let me and then so you can either send the EIN number because that's proof that your name is a business, or you can just send this if you incorporate it with a state. But what I did was sell this to a holding company. Now the holding company is not on public record. And then so when let me go back to this so you can see what a holding company is. See, I got all my stuff just private, and I switched a lot of stuff over and make sure that my name's off a lot of stuff now. But when you look me up in databases, I still pop up. So say this was my name that's a business, right? This is an actual record label though, right? But say I made my name a business in Arizona, right? You see, this is active and good standing. Who is the single member of this? It's a holding company in Las Vegas. You follow me? So you truly on the public record, if you don't know how to send the paperwork and update the Secretary of State, do all of that, on the public record, shout out to Keith Hopkins. But on the public record, you want to show that the single member of your name or any operating company that you're dealing with, because your name is considered an operating company when you're looking at it this way. You want me to keep getting technical, or you want me to just all right? Because this is what your name is. You see what that says? Special purpose vehicle. And the reason being is because the parent company is a United States corporation. Make sense? So this is sometimes referred to as a bankruptcy remote entity. So they keep all the finances separate. Now that SPV is liable. So this is why you're liable for these public debts. And I don't do the consumer law shit. Because if you're going to do consumer law, that's just federal codes and statutes. Because if you're in a private trust, whatever you're doing in a private trust, that's your law. If that's how you move. But if you're going to use codes and statutes, make sure that you use this code right here. Because nobody talks about this code though. You like it, don't you? That's federal law. So 28 USC 3002, subsection 3. That means an amount that's owing to the United States on account of a direct loan or loan insured or guaranteed by the United States. So basically, that proves to me that every account in America they drew off the Social Security Trust. That proves it right there. So the debt belongs to the United States. And that's the whole purpose of having the public debt. Who owns the United States national debt? That's not motherfucking this is not my information. This is what the truth is. But let me find my website. I would like to go to one. Let me find it though. They be trying to switch it up on me. It's called The Balance. Boom. Let me put that in the chat so I can go back to it later if I ever need it. But who owns the United States national debt? The Social Security Trust Fund. So I mean, that's how debt is created. Anytime you fill out an application, you're 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 adding to the debt. You're pulling from the Social Security Trust Fund. So that's why I don't even like the beneficiary thing when people say the government owes them money. If you're using the social, you already access that motherfucker. Government don't owe you nothing. So I make my name a business. Because your name is already operating as a sole proprietorship. And you know what a sole proprietor is, correct? A sole trader. You're liable for the debt. An unincorporated business by themselves. So you're unincorporated, but yet you're sitting here getting credit accounts. And then you can go with GAAP. There's so many routes you can go with this. But make sure you freeze your shit. If you want me to do that for you, I'll do it. This is one place to go. You see this? You know about it? Okay. You know about the other places? You got the book.
Yes.
Experian got their own one. This is the opt-out screen right here for this. This one's for Equifax, Experian, Innovis, and TransUnion. So this one does all of that. So these are the main two that I go to. I think you can opt out of Core Logic too. Look, you see that pop up first? Yeah, that's the same one that popped up. It might be the same one. No, I would do this. It says you gotta email them. Oh, they got the whole email. Yeah, definitely would do that. There's a permanent opt out form. Page not found. That's lit though. But opt out. Do all that shit. But credit's easy. Now, what else did you ask? And you're going through my status select. You gonna go to them? I mean, I would. Unless you're gonna do it yourself. All right, so look. Now you speaking daddy language. Now look, I like how you saying you like fuck them. I got so I got my own stuff, but look, you can create your own for real, on the real. I'll show you. I'll show you these. These are the form right here. That's the declaration of status. So you know I do the non-taxpayer affidavit. You remember seeing that?
We'll be back after a quick break.
Peace and love. It's your boy Don Kilam, and welcome to Dream Keepers Radio, that private life podcast. You're here, tuned in with your boy, and this is brought to you by Follow the Yellow Brick Road by Don Kilam. Search the book on Amazon now. Go get the book and uncover the matrix and how the United States is operating in the financial marketplace. Much peace and love.
That's what I say.
No, it's all good. So this is my form of status correction right here, this form. What? I don't know if it's still loading or what, because they got a flag here and everything. I don't know what's going on. What's going on, Jeffrey? There we go. So this is my one. This is what I had so much success with. So this is my flag. So if you see anybody using it, it definitely came from Don Kalam. I created myself. Remove all planes and all boxes from this courtroom. This will be a level playing field. That makes sense? Assalamu alaikum, no oink from me. Now, durable power of attorney, general in fact, and we're revoking all previous powers of attorneys. Notice of intent where certificates and other equitable titles attached here too. So what you want to attach to this is a copy of your birth certificate. And that's what works for me on this. Whoops, I ain't mean to do that. And then this is your identity too. You can use this as identity. I went to jail with this once though. Just know that they did lock my ass up, but they used it as identity back in 2017. Yeah. I've been using this shit for a minute. But it's basically you're no longer a citizen. It's pulling you out of that. It's breaking down the definitions. We have a religious objection to having the earthly presence described. And so this is this makes you nationals though. I do use that code. So but it says their earthly presence. You see how this is? I'm a transcendent foreigner, but not an inhabitant with respect to the man or woman. Now, I wouldn't necessarily send this if I'm getting out of credit. I wouldn't send this shit to them. Not necessarily, you know what I mean? I always do everything from business. Like I could pull up some of my credit shit though if you want to see what I send them. And then arbitration. You could do arbitration too. They're gonna take that shit off. Yeah, yeah. It it, it doesn't cost no money starting off because they have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know I can find my arbitration files. I know I got all of them. I use the same ones every time. I just switch it up. But yeah, so you know you met equity, right? So that's how he got his car back. You didn't see that car, but yeah, he took them through arbitration. And they definitely took that shit off the credit report. They leave you the fuck alone. You just make sure you do the shit right. And watch the videos that's in the school. That's Brother Omar stuff. But you have to prove that it caused harm in your life. Look, I'm gonna show you something. Some of the people on some of the cases. This is funny. But they're nice people. They love this shit. This is their job. So this was one of our mediators. You see her? Denise Peterson. She sends the whole resume. They send you their whole resume. And look, you see who was representing them? Yeah, I don't go in there as I don't use my government name at all. So that's why I need you to understand. Understanding what a name is in commerce. You can do business as whoever you want. I go in there as the account representative. I'm trying to pull up the all the templates. There- there's a lot. See, I didn't put my templates out there. I just put what's already out there. But like, here's one of the cases because you have to fill this out with it. And I'm telling you, it's easy. And then here's a letter that went with it, and that was a binding arbitration. So they wanted to know how is it that we can bring these arbitration claims? And we pull up the arbitration clauses. And if none of the accounts that you have, because do you have the agreements with any of the accounts? Do you have the original agreements? We can find them anyways online. And we'll find the arbitration clauses, and that's what we send to the arbitration because it's in their agreements. Now, regardless, we could pull them in arbitration because they're using um, the credit bureaus. Or not the credit bureaus, the credit agencies. Strike that from the record. All the credit agencies use arbitration. So I send them. So this is one right here. It was an arbitration clause, but we can look. We can go like. So just you had some stuff on Equifax, right? So look, Equifax arbitration agreement. Look, no class of representatives. The arbitration will be conducted as an individual arbitration. Look, they have arbitration clauses. So every credit agency, look, binding arbitration. As soon as you use them to check your credit report, you're under a binding arbitration. As soon as they report on your credit, you're under a binding arbitration. You see this? The right to opt out of this arbitration. So you can opt in on, and that's what, and then instead of, I was just there too yesterday. I was just there. That's their legal department right here. So Equifax's legal department is here in Atlanta. But I just want you to know, instead of sending disputes to these places, you send them directly to the legal department because these credit letters are being generated by AI and computers. Of course, they're trained to say that shit's not right. We're gonna have our shit sent certified mail, seen by direct people. So, and this is all of them. So, look, you see this address? So, let's just see if they have a different address. Look, for disputes, it's gonna be a whole different address, a whole PO box. That's going straight to a computer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's one key right there for you to. You should man. Come on, man. We just hit him with the boom, bop, bing, bow. You know what I mean? This making sense? You can drop a donation, baby. Drop it like it's hot. But look, so with this, the consumer is sending the arbitration agreement. Uncertain information is being reported and hampering me in life from receiving proper funding for my business. It is also keeping me from receiving a call to find work for my business. It has had a domino effect of hardship due to uncertified information that is not in the least bit accurate. So we're saying all this information is uncertified because look, now I bring this in. So in arbitration, you bring up your own law. So there's two different laws you can bring up, and there's one I did want to talk to you about. But GAAP, general accepted accounting principles, because you have an account with all these companies that's reporting back. So you have an account number. So it follows under this. And all public companies must follow GAAP when preparing the financial documents. That includes certified financial statements. These financial statements must be certified. When they're reporting this information, it is not certified. They send you something in the mail, it's not certified. So when we're sending in agreements, at least we certified the mail. You know what I mean? Everything gets certified. They don't certify their statements. So nobody's considered liable, and that's the way why they do it. When you accept them, now you're considered liable. So I want to go throw it out there. So I don't do nothing. I do about 10,000 per account. Is what I'm asking for when I do this. And the relief that we're seeking is the arbitration costs. They have to pay for the arbitration costs. It does cost money though to file that first. It does. You get the money back. It does cost money. But you see this? Yeah, so this was one of my first ones that I've done. And we actually took Experian. We took the car company and Experian. We took them both. And when you look at this letter, so the incorrect data has resulted in significant hardships for my family, leading to the denial of credit and subsequent challenges securing essential resources for our well-being. Yes, I'm deeply concerned and disappointed by the inaccurate information made available to the public through my consumer credit report. These inaccuracies have directly resulted in the denial of credit, which has had a domino effect on our ability to obtain vital resources such as a car from my employment and a stable residence. Consequently, my family has been left with no choice but to move from place to place, causing substantial stress and instability in our lives. The denial of credit directly stemming from the inaccurate information on my credit report has had a profound impact on our financial stability. Without reliable transportation, my employment opportunities have been severely limited, impeding my ability to provide for my family. Moreover, the inability to secure a permanent residence has compounded our difficulties as finding suitable housing options has become increasingly challenging. Given the gravity of the situation and immense hardship we have endured, I'm compelled to demand fair compensation and a resolution for the damages suffered. I kindly request that you promptly rectify the inaccuracies on my credit report and provide written confirmation of the corrections made. Considering the stress caused by the denial of credit, I'm seeking compensation in the amount of $10,000 to address the financial losses and emotional distress experienced by my family. This amount is reflective of the hardships endured, the resulting expenses incurred, and the detrimental impact on our overall quality of life. I firmly believe in the principles of fairness and accountability, and I trust that you would treat this matter with the seriousness it deserves. I urge you to initiate the necessary investigations and correct actions without delay to rectify the inaccuracies on my credit report. Failure to address this matter within a reasonable time frame may necessitate legal recourse through arbitration or other available means as per the applicable laws. I respect I respectfully request a written response within 30 days from the date of this letter, acknowledging the receipt of my complaint, outlining the actions being taken to rectify the inaccuracies on my credit report. Additionally, please provide details regarding the compensation being offered to remedy the damages caused by these inaccuracies. Thank you for your immediate attention to this matter. I trust that you will handle this situation diligently, provide a swift resolution to elevate the hardships faced by my family. I eagerly Await your prompt response. Now I send this letter the same day that I send stuff to the arbitration. And I did make my own arbitration agreement for failure to remove inaccuracies for the credit report. Well, let me show you something though that I didn't get to show you. Because I've actually seen people use the UCC codes because you get to bring up your own law. You can bring up common law, whatever. Because it's arbitration, right? Well, I want you to know about the Unidroit principles. I would use these over common law any day. So the principles of international commercial contracts, most referred to as the Unidroit principles and often also referred to as PICC. PICC is a set of 211 rules for international contracts. They have been drawn up since 1984 by an international working group of the Intergovernmental Organization, Unidroit, and they were ratified by the Council representing 64 governments and member states. As soft law, these principles have harmonized international commercial contract law by providing rules supplementing international instruments like the CISG and even national laws. Most importantly, in private practice, because people don't know what this word means. Because I practice in the private. I don't do that public shit. You know, attorneys with bar cards, that's public practice. There's even private practice attorneys, but yeah, I do the private practice of law. I'm not a licensed attorney or tax expert, okay? They offer a neutral contractual regimen in which the parties can choose either by incorporation into their contracts in whole or in part, or by a straightforward choice of the Unidroit principles. This contract is governed by the Unidroit principles of international commercial contracts. Now, if you have car insurance, if you've been married before, you're under the Unidroit principles, and this governs your life. This is how they can take your kids away is through the Unidroit principles because they own your kids through the marriage. Is how they take your kids. It's through the marriage if you're married with children. The Unidroit principles were first released in 1994 with enlarged editions. Da 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 da. Well, I'm just letting you know this is the law. The United States has adopted this. U.S. contract law. But this is private law. If there's a dispute, here we go. I wasn't even on the Unidroit shit. But international commercial contracts, I want you to see, look, the U.S. has been part of this since 1964. And this is why you got to understand law and royal families and understanding about assets, truthfully. But yeah, I've used this to get rid of debt too. So I mean, I would even come into this as Unidroit with Unidroit if doing arbitration. So study Unidroit, you can get the principles right here. All it is a constitution. Look, these principles set forth rules. This the preamble. Article 1, freedom of contract. The parties are free to enter into a contract and determine its content. Yeah, so you learn this instead of UCC. Inconsistent behavior. A party cannot act inconsistently with an understanding that has caused the other party to have and upon which his other party reasonably has acted in resilience to detriment. So look, I can just look at it like this. I would do something like this. Let's see if it works. You know, I love using AI. I love using ChatGPT. So create me a dispute letter demanding to demanding that the account be closed and removed due to fraud. Due to fraud, because you understand they're doing securitization without full disclosure. I'm gonna put and use Unidroit principles as backing. Let's see. Let's think and boom. So it used the F. It used. It didn't use. Look, it did, but it didn't get specific. So yeah, I might have to get up in here because I don't like how I use the Fair Credit Reporting Act at all. So I would just come in and copy and paste it. I'm showing you game right now. It might not pick up all this. No, I mean all that might not fit. Let me save it because you can upload this in the chat GPT. Let me save it and see if that works and put it in there. You're good.
We'll be back after a quick break.
In a world where borders can limit opportunities, one book dares to challenge the norm and empower foreign nationals like never before. Introducing Can't Touch This: Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National by best-selling author Don Kilam. Did you know there is a difference being a citizen and national? This is for foreign nationals seeking to expand their horizons. Do you dream of obtaining a diplomatic passport and the freedom it brings? Don Kilam reveals the secrets to unlocking diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Discover why you are already a foreign national, learn the steps to obtain a diplomatic passport, and explore how you can be recognized by numerous nations on your diplomatic journey. Most never knew they could have diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. This book is a game changer for anyone seeking freedom and recognition on the international stage. Get your copy of Can't Touch This today and embark on a journey towards diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Order your copy now and unlock the power of diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. Can't Touch This: Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National by Don Kilam. Available now at leading bookstores and online. Get your copy today.
It's thinking. So I just had went through there and I was just choosing the best ones. So that's what I did. So look, I uploaded it. Now it's giving me which ones. You dig what I'm saying? So it says under Article 3.2.5 in the Unidroit Principles, a party may avoid a contract if induced by fraudulent misrepresentation or non-disclosure, which is contrary to reasonable commercial standards of fair dealing. It has come to my attention that my account has been subject to securitization processes unknown to me and without my explicit consent or full disclosure, thereby constituting a fundamental breach of such standards. Additionally, Article 1.7 mandates that each party must act in good faith and fair dealing during contractual engagements. The non-disclosure of critical securitization agreements suggests a violation of these duties. I like this. I'm posting that in the school right now. I'm posting that in the school. So you got it. I'm gonna say use this. Oh wow. Use Unidroit. Everybody gotta learn what Unidroit is though first. I had got a bank account closed with it though, because I was disputing stuff with Unidroit on the bank account. So I just went, yeah. So I gotta let people know that. Let me put the Unidroit where they can look it up. Unidroit principles.
Get your ass. Yeah.
I gave you some game though. Is that enough for the night? You need more. Tell me if you got questions though. You're not the public. You my private life, baby. I'm just glad you still paying that 50 a month in the school. You hear me? School.com/Don Kilam, SKOOL.com/DONKILAL. Text private life to 702 200 4900. Prosperity is your divine birthright. Look, you even benefited the school. You feel me? I'm about to drop the template right now. I'm not even giving the template. They need to copy and paste it. You know what? I will give them the template. Let me give them the template. Because that's easy. I like that dispute letter. We're gonna try that shit. Cause I use that already. So it's like I never thought about using it like that though. I'm proud of myself on this call. Using Unidroit to get rid of debt. But yeah, I done got rid of a lot of shit with this. But I just never used it as a dispute letter. I used it on arbitration and I had wrote it on some bills. Like Unidroit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was staying in Texas at this time. When I learned about it, I was in Texas, Dallas, Texas. Well, I'm telling you, it closed down some shit too, though. So if it's something you want to keep open, don't use it at all. So I ain't never got nothing closed down using UCC codes, but I done got rid of some shit. So yeah, you want me to go back over the letter now? You back at the desk? What you eating? Cereal? I want some. Your ass got the munchies. I do. I'm hungry. So I'm writing to formally dispute the activity on my account. Write the account number and who it's with. Due to fraudulent activities, including securitization without full disclosure, this conduct violates the principle of fair dealing as described in international commercial regulations, particularly the Unidroit principles. Under Article 3.2.5 of the Unidroit principles, a party may avoid a contract if induced by fraudulent misrepresentation or non-disclosure, which is contrary to reasonable commercial standards of fair dealing. It has come to my attention that my account has been subject to securitization processes unknown to me without my explicit consent or full disclosure, thereby constituting a fundamental breach of such standards. Now, you say you understand securitization, right? Because if they say they're not securitizing these things, that's fraud on the record, like a mofo. But yeah, I learned securitization through mortgages, but every court case, every account is getting securitized. Under Article 3.2.5 of the Unidroit principles, a party may avoid a contract if induced by fraudulent misrepresentation or non-disclosure, which is contrary to reasonable commercial standards of fair dealing. It has come to my attention that my account has been subject to securitization processes unknown to me without my explicit consent or full disclosure, thereby constituting a fundamental breach of such standards. Additionally, Article 1.7 mandates that each party must act in good faith and fair dealing during contractual engagements. The non-disclosure of critical securitization agreements suggests a violation of these duties, allowing me to seek avoidance of the contract, the engagement of which was under fraudulent circumstances. I hereby demand the immediate closure of the aforementioned account and the removal of any related information from my credit report. These actions are necessary to rectify the misleading representation and undue harm caused to me as the aggrieved party. Furthermore, I request written confirmation of these actions within 30 days from the day of this letter to avoid further legal action. I trust this matter will be handled with the urgency and seriousness it warrants. Thank you for your prompt attention in this serious issue. I would give him 10 days, though, but whatever. I would give him 10 days. But that's some game, huh? But I would send that first and then go through arbitration with all these accounts. I'm about to shut this down. Peace and love, y'all. Y'all want to tap in? Text Private Life to 702-200-4900. Prosperity is your divine birthright. Peace and love.
Flavor Flav in the building. Yo, Don Kilam, keep doing your thing, G. Hey, yo, check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav in the building, you know what I'm saying? Word up. Hey, yo, make sure y'all check out the song bars, you know what I'm saying? Word up by my man Don Kilam. You heard? A Fresco King. Yeah, boy. You know what time it is. Make sure y'all check out the bars by my boy. All right? Flavor Flav in the building. Yo, Don Kilam, keep doing your thing, G.